Hey guys, Strong Style Studio is back again. It's Alex.
And it's me, Noah.
And we are here with your WWE Survivor Series 2013 pay-per-view review. Pay-per-view was last week. We're a little late, but...
Not much to talk about.
No, there's no time frame on us, our greatness, you know what I mean?
Right, I mean, patience is good.
We do what we want, you know. Yeah. And plus, this show is just a piece of shit. We don't want to talk about it.
Right.
So, yeah, this was the fourth mediocre show from WWE in a row. Since Nine Champions, Battleground, Hell in a Cell,
Unfortunately, yeah, it wasn't much better than anything else. So.
Nope. And it featured a lot of shit. And well, let's start off with something actually really good, which was the traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 match, which featured Rey Mysterio, Goldust, Cody Rhodes, the Usos taking on the Real Americans, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro, and The Shield. This match, going in, I thought, like, okay, this is probably going to be the best match on the card. And it probably was.
Yeah.
Like, this was a tag team match.
I think this was the match of the night.
Okay. But this match was very, like, we've discussed it, like, it was just booked weirdly.
Yeah, it was really bizarre. Like,
yeah.
Not... With Ambrose going out.
Yeah, Ambrose getting eliminated first was a what the hell moment.
Yeah.
Like, that was really bizarre.
Especially with a guy that's very capable in the ring. It seems like you'd want him to stick around. But.
And it just seemed weird for me that the faces were the ones getting the advantage. Although it did make for a really nice story, which was this match was designed to make Roman Reigns look like a fucking monster, and it did.
Yeah, I think it did pretty well.
He did incredibly well, I thought.
Yeah, he looked good. I think the crowd really liked him. I think they teased maybe a face turn there.
It was sort of like a little like you know, Roman Reigns is kind of giving like Ray giving a nod of approval to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns kind of acknowledging like, you know, yeah, you know. So a little bit of that, and I'm okay with that. But like, you had a really good idea, which was it would have been much better if the Shield were the last three guys on their team, just so you could have that dynamic of them working together and being like an unstoppable force.
Right. Right, I think that would have been nice. Yeah. And then, you know, pick off one by one, and then Reigns is the last guy. Would have been cool. But
there were some really good stuff though. Goldust, you know, looking great.
Looked great.
Yeah,
he looked really.
He's good.
Really good.
Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins still have amazing chemistry. I would love to see a singles match like on a pay-per-view between those two guys.
Yeah,
that has a lot of potential.
Feud.
Yeah,
something.
I mean, I love every time Cody Rhodes does that disaster kick into the counter into the buckle bomb. That is like.
I've yet to see him hit it. You said he hit it on SmackDown, but I didn't see that.
It was either on SmackDown or Raw, I think.
Because I've never seen him hit it,
and it was pretty awesome. But yeah, that's a great counter. I love that every time he does it.
Oh man, it looks so great.
But yeah, again, Roman Reigns just looking like a monster. I mean, the spear he gave to Ray damn near killed him.
Yeah, that was
awesome. And yeah, so this match gets a good thumbs up. It told the story I wanted to tell, which was Roman Reigns looking like a monster. So I give it like 3.5.
Yeah, it was very good. I gave it 3.5 as well. The only thing is that that hurt it, I felt, was not only that it was a little clunky with the booking, but when it came down to just Roman Reigns, it felt like the crowd really didn't know what to do. They went on autopilot. They didn't know who to cheer for.
It was a weird final too. It was Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes, or Goldust. They were the last two, and I felt Cody should have been one of the last guys.
Yeah, but I mean, it made sense as far as like. Reigns put away the veterans.
Yeah, that's a good point. Too.
It was a weird way to bring back Mysterio, also.
Yeah, but like they said that like he was taken out by the Shield. I don't remember that, but I guess maybe he did.
But also, one thing to be mentioned about that match was Mysterio looking completely invisible, standing on the apron.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, and Cesaro doing a big swing to both Uso brothers. Not at the same time, unfortunately.
Right.
Would have been awesome.
That would have been great.
Okay.
Anyway, 3.5.
Yep. Moving along, we had Big E Langston defending his Intercontinental title, which he won on Raw against Curtis Axel. Typical Raw match. I mean, this was really nothing that should have been on pay-per-view. Axel was just fucking terrible.
Oh my god, he's so boring. And this was like just a match. Like
this was about as cookie cutter as you can get a match. You know, and I do like Big E Langston, and he has a lot of potential. I think he's a big guy, but he's agile as a motherfucker.
I agree. I think that he's definitely got. Look, he just looks comfortable in the ring.
He does too.
And I'm still not big on his offense, but he can move, and he, like I said, he's comfortable. But man, you put him in there with a guy like Axel. What can you do?
Yeah. And one thing I will say about Big E that I like is that when like he hits like a power move, like a suplex, or like when he does that like gut buster over the knee or whatever, it looks impactful. Like he makes moves look pretty impactful. Yeah. You know, so he's good about some things. You know. I do think he needs a little bit of work, but again, the potential's there, and I think he has a lot. He has a good future ahead of him. unlike Curtis Axel, I'm just counting the days until this guy gets dropped.
Right, and I really hope that this is a great. I mean, they can elevate the title and Big E at the same time.
Yeah, which I think they're looking at doing.
Thank God that belt is off Axel.
Oh, thank God! Yeah, Big E Langston deserves that. And actually, ironically, Big E Langston is the first member of NXT to win an NXT title and a main roster title in the same fiscal year. So good for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves it. I mean, I don't think I don't know. I thought Seth Rollins did, but I guess not. Cause, I don't know. I thought he was close, but maybe it was a singles belt. I could be mistaken. I give this like 2 stars. It was a basic match, you know, so I'll give it a basic rating.
Yeah, I actually gave it 2 stars also. Just a match.
Okay. Then we had this match, which was a 7-on-7 Divas match, which was the Total Divas, I'm not even going to name them all, versus Team AJ. Boy, this match. Going in, you expected the basic 1-move finisher, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, right?
Right.
Gonna be boom, 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 quick elimination.
It's just over with, you know?
Yeah. And it started that way, and it was like, okay, this is not bad, this is fine. And then they slowed the match down and actually started having like a real wrestling match, and the crowd could not give a shit less. I mean, they were sitting on their hands. And the biggest problem I have with this match is a few things. One, some of the best wrestlers they have on the Divas roster, like Summer Rae, who's actually very talented. She's had a few good matches with Natalya on television. Didn't do any offense, just danced and then got kicked in the head and eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And AJ, who's the best Divas wrestler they got right now on the main roster, barely was in the match. And just like, why are they not letting the women wrestlers who can actually wrestle shine? Like, yeah, why are they not doing that?
It was like why did AJ? I guess it's a heel thing to do to sit on the apron.
I guess.
But the thing is, like, when she came out and she cut that promo about being the best and being like why does she still have to be that cookie cutter heel that everybody else is?
Yeah, exactly.
But this match, you know, I thought it was terrible when like one girl would come in and the other one would do one move and she'd get pinned and then someone from the other team would do it. It was like the rotating.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the basket weave. But then it got actually worse when they tried to make it a match.
Yeah. It like they slowed the thing way down. They tried to make like, you know, heat segments. Like they said, they put in JoJo, who was like supposed to be like in her first match she ever got into, and like, you know, to her credit, she didn't do anything bad. But the problem is she also didn't do anything. She just kind of she was a punching bag, you know. And just there's so much wrong with this match. This match shouldn't have taken place. It shouldn't have been this long. This match was longer than the main event.
This was so long.
This would not end.
It refused.
No.
And who is the captain of the Total Divas?
The Bella Twins, probably. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
This was just, like, I could not care less about this match. This may be one of the, not the worst match, but it's like one of the most, just like, boring matches I've seen this year, like, where I just could not give a shit less.
Right. It just couldn't end fast enough.
I'll give it half a star.
I went dud.
Okay, fair enough. Then we had, Ryback came out and challenged anyone in the roster, and we were hoping like maybe Goldberg would show up. That would make this the greatest pay-per-view ever.
Yeah.
We got the next best thing. We got Mark Henry, which
is alright.
I like Mark Henry. You know, he came out and sporting a new bald head, which actually looks pretty good on him. You know.
Of course, yeah, it looks good. I prefer like the cornrows that dangle.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
Especially because he has that massive beard. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad he kept the beard.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is an awesome beard. We always approve a good beard.
Yeah.
So he came out and they had a match. I thought this was like just about on par with the WrestleMania match, actually. Maybe a little bit better just because they actually had a good finish.
Yeah.
But like it was, like I thought like, okay, they're just gonna go out there and just gonna be throwing the weight around, and like they slowed it really down and just like, oh, this is just another match, you know. And the best part though was at the end where Ryback goes for his meat-up clothesline, and Mark Henry just like threw his fat ass at him.
Oh my God, the best crossbody in the history of professional wrestling. Like, he hits him on the way up with his belly, knocks him down, and then comes crashing down on him. The thing is, like, it looked so shitty that it looked good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that would hurt.
It's
like a
motherfucker. It's like, well, Mark Henry's a big guy. He's just going to throw himself at him, and it's going to work.
Like, most crossbodies, it's just like one thing. You know, you hit him and you take him down. But now, boom, bam. Like, a double crunch. That was one of my favorite spots of the night.
That was awesome. And yeah, Mark Henry ended up getting the win with the World Strongest Slam.
I really hope he keeps up the
yeah,
crossbody.
Do that more. It was fine, you know. I give it like a star and a half, I think. You know,
that's what I gave it.
It was fun. Okay, then we had the world title line between John Cena and Alberto Del Rio. These guys actually had a really good match at Hell in a Cell, I thought. Like, where
Cena... story.
Yeah. And a nice story, had a nice back and forth pace to it. Wasn't one-sided. Cena actually sold his arm. And then we got this match, where I was just like, this was John Cena going back to his normal routine, I thought.
Yeah, this was like...
This was
the thing is, like, before his injury, I think I might have mentioned this to you, before his injury, for the past few months, even maybe this whole year, he has stepped outside of that old, you know, same old Cena stuff. But this was definitely him going back to the autopilot.
Yeah, and you know, we're not knocking him for it, because we actually really enjoyed his work before this match.
Yeah, that's what's unfortunate. I thought.
Yeah, like he had a bit of a fire in his ass. Like he was doing, you know, some interesting, you know, stuff he hasn't done before, and just like. This match was it was just typical. This was every Cena match I've ever seen before in my life. Del Rio worked the arm, which Cena sold at times, and then other times
really. For me, I didn't notice him selling it at all.
He would sell once, like for a few minutes, and then just like then start using it fine, which really bothered me. Just because like Del Rio works the arm like all match, and then he chooses to sell it and just whatever.
And that he like pulls him up with his hurt arm. And
that. Which,
that was, it's cool if you had been selling the whole match, but like, where you just like, that's all you had left, but it just looked like you just did not give a shit about his offense at all.
And also just Del Rio dominated almost the entire match. He picked up a lot near the end.
Yeah, he definitely got more.
He got more into
it took so long to get out of first gear.
The first like 7 minutes of this match was like, we're totally like, first gear mode, and then it picked up, and then it had a really nice finish. I do say Del Rio and Cena do work pretty well together. Like, they're not, they have some good chemistry, I think. But it's just like, both guys are just so kind of generic. Cena's, overused so often, and Del Rio's just kind of like dull and bland now, that people can't really get into their feud, I think. And that's part of the problem, I think. But like, they work pretty well together at times.
Yeah, I just don't know. I think that WWE doesn't really know what to do with Del Rio at this point.
Of course they don't know what to do with him.
I mean, I don't either. But
the problem is they give the guy the biggest push like as soon as he was on television. They pushed him right to the main event as soon as he was on television.
And they've done everything they really can with him.
Exactly.
What else is there?
Yeah, he won the Rumble, he won Money in the Bank, he won both world titles.
He's been heel, face, heel.
What's he got left? He's got nothing left. He's like he's only been in the company for like 2 years.
Right.
He's done. Yeah. So whatever.
It was satisfactory. I mean, it was good.
It was good. It was
for a world title match. I expected more.
Yeah.
Even though,
just coming off of their match from Hell in a Cell, like Hell in a Cell, I'm like, okay, this was a really good match. Like I wonder where they're gonna build from this, and they kind of took a step backwards. I felt.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
3 stars though.
Yep, I'm gonna have to agree with that. 3 stars.
Next up, we had Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, the best in the beard, taking on Luke Harper and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. This was kind of like the only match that we were really excited for going into the pay-per-view, and this delivered up to expectation. I think it may have under-delivered a little bit, but it was a very fun match. And compared to the rest of the card, this was a stellar match.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
First of all, I love Luke Harper, Brody Lee from the Indies. He's great, and he's got a lot of potential. Like he's going to be like the next big giant dude in the WWE.
Yeah, and the thing is about him that's awesome is that he's a brawler, but he's not one of your just average boring stomp, punch brawlers. Like he works the holds.
He has a personality to his stuff,
and it's just simple stuff. The gator roll that shouldn't be entertaining, but little things like that.
Like one thing I like is like him like nudging with his head and stuff. Like just kind of like toying with him almost. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Eric Rowan, I'm still not sold on.
No, I don't think he's ready. I think that
he's basically just like kind of like a placeholder almost. Like.
Right. I think he's got the look they wanted.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got a look. All right.
He's a big guy, and they don't need him to do a lot.
No.
So he works.
Yeah.
He has. That's the thing about him is like, I can tell that he's not great, but he has yet to do anything terribly offensive.
Yeah. Exactly. He's just he's a big guy, and he fills the role that they needed.
Yeah.
And that's fine. This match was good. They had some good. Back and forth offense. I feel like they kind of... What?
I just remembered...
yeah.
Eric Rowan
Yeah.
had one of the most amazing wedgies I have ever seen. So, what did we call him? Wedgie Jackson.
That should not be that funny. Okay.
So, from now on, if we call him that, that's who we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, this was good though. This was fun. You know, I really enjoy Bryan as in tag team matches. Like, he knows how to work a tag team match, and a single match actually.
And he got the hot tag. I love that.
He got the hot tag. You know, and the crowd loves him like that. And just some crazy offense from these guys. I loved. What was it? Like CM Punk like being like just lifted and thrown to the outside.
That was scary. That's a scary spot.
Daniel Bryan taking a Liger bomb off the top rope.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Only thing I could say about this match is I felt, I don't know, like you said, it felt short. I thought it felt like they kind of dragged it out to extend the time. Almost felt like they had like they had a heat segment and then they got a hot tag and then went back to a heat segment. And I just thought like, why would they go back? You know, so that was my opinion. But I really did enjoy this match. Anything to add?
Maybe I just felt like they didn't build enough, or they didn't go far enough at the end for it to really. But I thought it was a really fun match. Maybe it wasn't too short, but it just didn't get to that next gear.
Yeah, and you get the idea that this is supposed to be kind of like the setup for a bigger feud that's going to last a little longer. But, you know, we'll wait and see, I guess. But, you know, it's a standalone match. It was good. I give it 3.5.
Yeah, I also gave it 3.5. This was on par, or maybe, I don't know, if the opener might have been a little bit better than this. But
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Both had very good action.
Both were good for different reasons.
Yeah.
So, then we had the main event, which nobody was looking forward to. Randy Orton defending the WWE title against The Big Show. People were expecting a bad match, and they got what I would call the worst match of the year.
This match is terrible. I mean, this couldn't... People expected a bad match and got worse.
Yeah. This was way below expectations. First of all, well, you know, let's talk about the build-up to this match, first of all, which basically was Randy Orton saying, I don't think I can beat The Big Show. He beat him, like, early this year, and he doesn't think he's going to be able to beat him now. Mm-hmm. And just, like, the whole idea, like, it's like, wait, so Randy Orton, the heel champion, is basically being a cowardly bitch. Like, okay, well, this is nothing new.
Right.
You know, the Apex Predator's back. No, not really. He's just a whiny little bitch now. Mm-hmm. You know, they've taken the Apex Predator and killed it at this point.
And he seems so interchangeable in this storyline. Like, any heel could do this.
This could have been Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, this could have been Sandow. This could have been anybody.
Yeah, this could have been anyone. So the match begins, and you know, right away, Orton doing the cowardly running away thing. Big Show catches him, does some chops, and blah 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 blah. Typical match. The fans were turning boring. The fans were chanting for Daniel Bryan,
which is awesome.
Awesome, love that. Keep that up. Orton goes for, like, Big Show goes to the top rope. Orton goes for the hanging DDT. Big Show slips off and he DDTs him anyway. And he acts like, oh, I did it on purpose. Like, no, you didn't. You fucked up and you know it.
Yeah, and it looked like shit even if you did it on purpose. Yeah. It looked terrible.
Yeah, it's just...
But this was like one of the laziest matches.
This was TNA bad.
The thing is, like, you know... There's so much outside stuff out into the crowd and like just lazy
ref bump.
Ref bumps. Like they just didn't want to wrestle.
No,
they just walked around and hit each other.
Yeah, there's no story to this match.
Oh god,
it was it was just this was something you see on Raw, and I'd have been like, well, that was a waste of my time.
It almost was like Orton going out there to prove that he can be the main event and he can put on as terrible matches he pleases.
I guess so. And then the finish was Big Show. Knocks out Randy Orton, throws him in the ring, he's going to go finish him off. Triple H's music hits. He walks out, stands there with Stephanie. Big Show turns around, RKO, 1, 2, 3. This match was shorter than the 7-on-7 Divas match. Let that sink in for a minute, okay? This match was barely 11 minutes long. And this is the main event. Meanwhile, Daniel Bryan, when he was in the main event, could have 20-minute match without breaking a fucking sweat. Mm-hmm.
And this is what, one of their big 4 main pay-per-views of the year.
God, it's just, you know, and this.
Why was this the? I mean, why is this the main event? You could have put this on where Cena Del Rio was.
Yeah, and have Cena Del Rio be the main event.
But the thing is, they built for what 3-4 months all this stuff about the Big Show and the authority and it crying and all this crap.
And this was the fucking payoff.
That's the payoff. Like, What the hell was that about?
This was just the stupidest thing. This was horrible. This was absolutely horrible. This was offensive to watch. It's offensive considering the fact that, you know, they basically kind of blame Daniel Bryan for the shitty ratings and all this and the shitty buys. But, you know, God forbid the fact that, like, Orton was the champion and, you know, kind of put him on the, you know, it just, oh my God, it infuriates me. This infuriates me because Daniel Bryan goes out there, tries to have some good matches, and they just keep shitting on him.
Mm-hmm.
He has had the best match on numerous cards.
And there's just so many things wrong with this main event.
There's so
like the Big Show knows there's not going to be any interference, but he's still distracted by the stupid entrance thing.
Yep.
It's criminally short.
Oh my God, it's so short.
But overall, it wasn't even. It wasn't like they showed glimpses. Like there was nothing redeeming about this.
They were like going. They like signaled like for finishers within the first 5 minutes of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys had no intention of going out there and having a long match.
And you know, usually I'm not a fan of Big Show, but usually when he does the whole with the fist, the fans will perk up.
Yeah.
Nobody cared at all.
And this, I think of that because I think fans have realized like. Why the fuck was the Big Show the main event when, you know, like, why is this guy the main event? We want Daniel Bryan. They've been cheering for Daniel Bryan. They want Daniel Bryan. Mm-hmm. You know, I know I'm harping on that fact, but there's no fucking reason why Daniel Bryan is not in the main event of a storyline right now. No. Why he's not champion right now. There's none. You know, you can make a whole excuse like, oh, they're building him up. You can do better than this, though.
And the thing is, like, I've said this before, when has Big Show drawn?
No, he's never drawn.
That's the thing. Like when you look at how poorly the ratings and the pay-per-views have been lately, and they blame Daniel Bryan, they throw him under the bus for it.
Yeah, even like
when was Big Show on top and the ratings were just booming?
Yeah,
like, he's not a draw.
You know, God forbid you not blame your shitty writing staff or your shitty booking team, or you know, just the fact that maybe you're boring as shit right now and people know it and they're not going to deal with your bullshit.
And well, the thing is, like, it seems like an ego thing where like Triple H just has to be in the spotlight or something.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I know it's almost fascinating to watch him and just like, what is he thinking? Like, does he really think he's all that? Mm-hmm. It's a fascinating. It's like a psychological study. And
but anyway, after that.
Yeah. I almost forgot about that. Orton's posing in the ring, and then Cena comes out, and then we have a pose off, and right then and there, the entire IWC, you know, shit themselves because they're like, God damn, we gotta see this fucking thing again. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, we'll get to that in another video. But, yeah, 2013, Orton and Cena still on top. Progress. Yeah.
What did you end up giving the main event?
Quarter of a star. Worst fucking match of the year.
I gave it, this is generous, 3/4 of a star.
Fucking hated this match. I hated it. I hated what this match represented. I hate what they did. I just hate the whole fucking thing. It's a piece of shit. And I feel like I'm being generous giving it even a little bit of a star. Mm. This was horrible.
Yeah, this was... you can't ask people to pay for that.
No. If I pay for it, I want my money back. Alright, what'd you give this pay-per-view overall?
I think I gave this a 5. Right there in the middle.
I'll go with a 5 as well. You know, just piece of shit pay-per-view. Not what you wanted to pay for. WWE, get your shit together. WrestleMania season can't come soon enough because then they actually get their shit together and actually book something that people want to watch. Mm. You know. Alright. Oh, and by the way, I'm the champion again, so... Go me. Oh, so one more thing we want to add, which is coming up pretty soon, we have our year-end anniversary or whatever, and I made an agreement with Noah and Justin, who's not here right now, he's here in spirit, I guess, that if we get 100 subscribers on our channel, I will take a bare-chested chop from this man right here, and of course we will film it, and we're pretty close right now, so go ahead and subscribe if you want to see.
It's going to be good. It's going to hurt a lot.
He was trained to be a wrestler, so he knows what he's doing.
It's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt a lot, but it'll be fun, so. Alright, take care guys, subscribe, rate, do all that, bye.